Hey everybody, welcome back to Around the Fountain. I know you've been missing us this past few weeks, and to be truthful, we've missed you too. It's been a crazy time over here at WhatIsHip TV, but we're happy to report that we're back in the saddle and ready to go, and let's vow never to have a downtime like this again. This week on Around the Fountain, we have everything, literally everything. Teams for the International have been announced, casters have been announced, players and teams are changing faster than you can say, anti-disestablishmentarianism, new heroes have come out, and well, let's not waste any more time and get into the Dota. Your first pick for Dota 2 news, I'm WhatIsHip, it's May 6th, and this is Around the Fountain. Well, now that the announcement of the International 3 has been simmering a couple of weeks, we've got a lot of information to catch up on. All of the invited teams have been announced, and the teams for the qualifiers have been announced as well. We're going to start with the invited teams. Here's who we've got. IG, LGD International, Orange, Alliance, Fnatic EU, Team Liquid, Navi, Zenith, Dignitas, Virtus Pro, DK, Tongfu, and MUFC. The Western qualifying matches will be covered by the Good Studios, and the invited teams are as follows. Absolute Legends, EG, Mouse Sports, Rocks.KIS, Empire, IC Cup, QPad, and DD Dota. And now, I don't know about you, but I predict a 300% increase in both whiskey consumption and kitten appearances. Now, the Eastern qualifiers are going to be covered by Beyond the Summit, and the invited teams are First Departure, Neolution Int, LGD China, Vici Gaming, Rattlesnake, Rising Stars, Myth Trust, and Mineski. Now, originally, LGD China was among the invited teams unsurprisingly. However, their recent roster changes got their invite revoked. Instead, Tongfu takes their place amongst the invited teams, and LGD China will play in the Eastern qualifiers for one of the 3 remaining spots. The first 2 casters have been invited to the event. Everyone's favorite Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the sultry AC will be some of the voices gracing us in Seattle. Now, the tournament will take place August 7th through 11th at Benaroya Hall in Seattle, Washington. The WhatIsHip TV staff will be there covering the event, bringing you interviews, all sorts of stuff, and to be honest, we really can't wait to be there. With the International approaching, it's no surprise that there's been a lot of activities with players moving teams. Everyone, especially those in qualifiers, are trying to get a leg up over the competition to get one of those 3 remaining spots. The Western qualifier winner, the Eastern qualifier winner, and the wildcard spot. Here's what's changed so far. EG, quite frankly, has been quiet this year. However, they've recently changed their roster in order to have a good shot at TI3. Malk has decided to retire from competitive Dota. Now, this is something he announced at the last International, but has not taken it up till just now and will begin a coaching role for Team Evil Geniuses. We're sad to see such a veteran player retire from competitive play, but Malk has certainly deserved his rest, and we wish him the best. To replace him, EG have picked up veteran Sexy Bambo, along with switching up the roles that their members are playing. The new EG looks very strong and should have a good shot at attending TI3. With the loss of Funnick, Go Black, and Silent and the decision for Vigos to sit the bench, Empire has been desperate to fill the roster. They have a solid core in Blow Your Brain and Scandal. They've been doing all they can to create a team to prepare for TI3, and they've recently added Light of Heaven, formerly of Navi, arguably one of the best offlaners in Europe. They have also added old school players Twista and Mitch as their new supports, and we haven't seen much of the new Empire, so only time will tell how they hold up in competition. DD has been a bit of a dark horse. They're usually in all the big tournaments, but rarely manage to place among the top teams. However, it looks like that all might be about to change. DD has signed both Silent and Go Black, the former captain of Empire, to the roster. On paper, these guys look great. Sakshka is a fantastic carry who's always needed support players, and now he's got them. Fucking Matt is a consistently well-playing member, and Funzy is a solid person to round out the team. Again, we haven't seen these guys in action either, but they also look promising. After the loss of Kurakai to Navi, Mouse Sports have taken a bit of a backseat to some of the other teams. However, they've recently picked up veteran player Cinderin to replace Kurakai. Now, the crux of the team remains the same, and it's up to time to tell if Cinderin will be able to mesh with the rest of the team. All of these changes are somewhat expected as the International looms in the future. Now it's up to the teams to make everything work. Now for some other news, we've got some really exciting things going on in NA Dota. Eosin Plus 4 announces their recent sponsorship by Denial Esports. For those who have been unaware, Eosin Plus 4 is a premier North American team who have been looking for a sponsor for quite some time. We wish the best of luck for those guys as they look to step up onto the main stage of Dota 2. As you all should know, last weekend marked the first WhatIsHip TV Amateur Open, and we'd like to give a big congratulations to Typical Mistakes for taking home the crown. The tournament was a terrific time. We all had a lot of fun running it. Shoutouts to White Elephant Hills, Darius the Iron Branch for casting batches on the first day, and another huge shoutout to Pyrian Flax and Cyborg Matt to coming into cast on both days. The British accent really just makes everything better and more exciting. We plan to keep these tournaments going in the future, so keep your eyes open for the next one. As always, a huge thanks to CyberPower PC for helping us make the tournament possible. Curse is a new Dota tournament, the Curse Dota 2 Invitational. The tournament will run for 3 weekends in May and boast a $10,000 prize pool. First place gets $5,000, second place $3,000, and third place $2,000. The tournament is a best of 3 double elimination, with the grand finals being a best of 5. As of right now, the bracket is as follows. Team Liquid will be playing Navi in the winners bracket finals. The other teams are waiting to start the lowers bracket: Empire, Rox, Kiss, Mouse, Cupad, Dignitas, and EG. We're glad to see a huge name like Curse getting into Dota 2, and we hope it's a sign of big things to come to Dota. A couple of small tournaments ended recently. The ATOD 3 showdown came to an end, and 4FC took the top spot with Typical Mistakes taking second place. For those of you who don't know, ATOD is a reverse captain's draft tournament in which each team picks the heroes for the opposing team. If you're interested in seeing how some of the unconventional heroes can be played by the pros, check out some of the VODs. The Netherlick League tournaments are winding down as well. MUFC took first place in the Eastern League and Beachy Gaming took second. The Western League is yet to end. Dust Gaming will play Arctic in the grand finals. Dust has a 1-game advantage from the winners bracket. The grand finals of the ISO Cup number 3 between Absolute Legends and Kai-P were played, and Kai-P came out on top. They took first place and 1,250 euros over Absolute Legends, who took down second place for 500 euros. Now, a new tournament has been announced today, the American Dota League. This league is set to feature the top teams from North and South America playing for a $10,000 prize pool. The teams are Arctic Gaming, Denial Esports, formerly EOS and Plus4, Dignitas, EG, Fnatic NA, Liquid, Insight, Avel, Next Impetus, Pain Gaming, and Typical Mistakes. The tournament kicks off May 28th and will run for 6 weeks and will be cast by AC. We're really excited to have such a large North American and South American Dota event. Good luck to all the teams invited. Valve continues their 2-week schedule of hero releases with an incredible looking and sounding Elder Titan. I was a tad concerned with Elder Titan's beta look, but they really took the model and voice acting yet again to another level. Quick tip, this hero is best played as probably a 4-position support hero. That's really all I got for you besides hit the R button. I haven't played with him too much myself. Well, we've got a new hero in the pool, and that's awesome. But what else? Well, I'm glad you asked. The community page has been broken up into 3 sections, the first being the upcoming guild section. The second section for your team now includes the ability to change your team name, and finally a section for tournament admins to manage their in-game tournaments. The workshop UI has also had some work done to it with new icons and support for custom wolves for Lycan. 7 new sets were added to the store, including an excellent looking keeper of the light set, Phantom Assassin, and Marana. Finally, work continues behind the scenes on the tutorial menu and guild system. Last time on Around the Fountain, we asked you what casters you wanted to see at TI3. Here's how you answered. 41% said Toby1, 14% said AC, only 2% said Cyclops, 24% said the Good Studio guys, and 20% said the BTS guys. In the other category, we had Purge taking it by storm with about 40 additional percentage. That's 140%. Math is hard. This week on the poll, we want to know, do you think Valve was correct to revoke the LGD China invite? A, yes, B, no, C, they deserve to be penalized, but probably not like this. Thanks for watching. As always, you can subscribe here and here. Hopefully we will not have any breaks in the future. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Check out WhatIsHip.tv for more information on upcoming tournaments. Until then, see you next time.